Hello, and welcome back to episode 6 of Charles Chats, my little tiny tidbits and hot takes here on the Charles Una YouTube channel. Quick disclaimer, I understand in the last video I said it was episode 4. It really wasn't. I'm just horrible at math, keeping track of all those things. So we are actually on episode 6. I wasn't going to refilm the last video. And something I forgot to mention in the last video, we have a new addition to my ladies. We have Angela Lansbury, Meryl Streep, Barbara Streisand, Bette Midler, and now we have Rebecca Mader as Zelina from Once Upon a Time. Okay, all that stuff out of the way. So I seem to be on a friendship kind of roll lately. The past 2 chats have been about friendship, and one in particular about why I consider friends more important than family, and then the other video on the types of people or friends, acquaintances that we allow in what I like to call our goal group. So feel free to check those out. There'll be links in the description box below. This particular quick Charles chat is going to be on the importance of what I like to call a coexistent friendship. So again, these videos are unedited, little tiny streams of consciousness of things that resonate with me. And as always, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. So, we all have friends for many different reasons. I have friends that I can cry with. I have friends I can laugh with. I have friends for theater, for drag, for coffee, all this stuff. That's not a concept that I think is lost with most of us. But I do think that now, especially with social media and kind of the need to constantly be present and available, friendship has taken on a new kind of dedication or loyalty in its connotation, as far as always needing to have fun, always needed to be on, always needing to be connected with a friend. I'm taking these off because of the glare. And as great as that is, I love my friends that are available 24/7. I try to be available for them as much as I can. I am so much more grateful for what I call my coexistent friends. So, for me, a coexistent friend is a friend, it has 2 meanings. First is both of your lives can coexist as they go their parallel ways. It comes from an understanding of I have my life and my job and obligations, you have your life and job and family obligations, whatever. And when we can meet up is great, but I respect that you have your own way, you know? Not the friend that you have to call every single day or that has to constantly respond to your text. When there's that respect factor, if we can just coexist, you know, and when we see each other, that's great, but we don't need to, frees things up in the relationship. You have more to talk about when you do see them. There's no pressure to respond. There's no, will she be mad at me? Will he be offended? None of that. That's one definition. But the second definition of a coexistent friendship, which is more along the lines of what I'm getting at, is a friend that you can do just that, coexist with. Not a friend whose life can run parallel to yours, but a friend who we don't have to constantly be doing something in order for the friendship to exist, okay? There's an airplane overhead, so ignore that. I'm right under the flight path, guys. So, I have one friend in particular who we hang out maybe once a week or so. Sometimes a month will go by. Sometimes I'll see them several times a week. But when we hang out, we are perfectly content sitting in his car and talking for an hour. We are perfectly content getting coffee and walking, you know, as I walk to my office in the morning. We are perfectly content with me sitting in his room as he cleans his room and vice versa. And that's the friendship that I find most beneficial. That's the friendship that I find easiest, because we are comfortable enough around each other, and we know each other so well that it's not my friend at the club. It's not my friend at the office. It's not my friend when it's convenient. It's a friend that I can sit in silence and work on something in my journal while he cleans his room. I can sit in silence in the passenger side of his car as he talks to me about whatever, and vice versa. When we're at a coffee shop, he can be doing something on his phone as I'm venting to him about my problems. That's the key. When we can literally coexist with each other and there is no needed entertainment value where we don't have to be on all the time. So I find that it frees it up on both ends of definitions of that term. The first, when our lives can coexist and exist separately from each other, because when we do get together, there's all the more to talk about and all the more to catch up on. That's one. But it frees me up because I can relax, finally. I know that he knows what projects I'm working on, and vice versa. He knows that I know that he has to clean his room, or he knows that I know that I'm not going to talk about whatever and he can just vent, and vice versa. I know, I can talk to him about whatever. So I think it's important. We have different friends for different reasons. I don't know per se if I personally believe in like, this is my end all be all best friend ever of all time. Sure, that's great if you have a friend who exists for you in all those capacities. I would say this friend in particular is one that exists for me in a lot of different capacities that are both fun and more real or deep. But we don't always need that. I find just having one good friend that, you can just be yourself with, and maybe you're coexisting in a way that you don't get into the difficult topics. Maybe it's just, sometimes I just want to have a glass of wine and sit on the couch and just coexist and watch a movie and not even talk. That's fine too. I just find for me and my friendship as an extrovert, I value and I'm grateful for the ability to coexist with someone, especially when we both have a mutual understanding of the other one's life and the other one's obligations. So, little things to take into account. Again, I try to keep all my chats less than 10 minutes. They're just streams of consciousness, my hot takes, tidbits, thoughts, musings, whatever. This is the third friendship video, so I hope you guys are enjoying these, but it's been on my mind while stuck at home. So, as usual, take what resonates with you. I hope you guys are having a great time. Thanks so much for subscribing. Share if you feel like my words might make someone else's day, and like if they made yours. And I will see you guys next time. Description box, other 2 friendship videos, and a blog post corresponding to this topic. Bye. Mwah.